Folks, we are live. Welcome to Gamers Health. I am Rach Tenkar, your bartender in your arm. My hair's a little disheveled. With me, as always, on Saturday night is my lovely wife, Rach. And no, if you're looking at my head, I didn't. I spring leaks due to medication every once in a while.
Oh,
So today I was like rubbing my forehead,
oh,
and I grew a leak.
I see.
Yeah. So I
It's
didn't
all scabbed up.
I didn't I am not like I guess of the Hindu faith and have bad aim.
No,
I'm just
it's not a bendy dot.
it's not a bindi dot.
Okay.
Okay, just saying. Tammy, good to see you. Joseph, TXG, the
Yay.
vlog of many things. JR Exner. Wow. Lot of kids playing in our sandbox today, Rich.
Nice.
Very, very, very cool. So,
Hopefully everybody plays nice.
well, if they don't play nice, they'll get put in the box.
The penalty box.
The penalty box.
The penalty box.
The penalty box. Don, welcome. See, you know what it is, Rach? Everybody expects some rando who we have no idea who they are. I want to be sure that we know about this. I'm just saying that everybody's expecting, J.R. Ewing or not J.R. Exner, J.L. Retrobate.
Oh, is that what the name was?
I don't know, but I think that unscripted. Welcome. Yeah, we've got a quorum, Rach. We got a full group of individuals. So thank you very much for joining us. Hey, listen, it may be a sweet, uneventful evening.
That's
yeah,
for substance abuse.
I know. Well, listen, when the time comes, we can just take your phone and just do that. This is for people who need it for substance abuse. But
then we'll have to put it for mental health. I thought we wanted to do a little ticker.
I might have to do a little ticker, but then you got to talk as I do the ticker. Can you? Listen, folks. Just so you know, for my wife to not have a desire to talk is, I'm gonna get hit for this. Is a first.
Yeah,
I got hit.
Hit.
That's it. But it's worth the hit because is it true?
No.
I'm not. I'm going to do my best, Ralph Crandom. Ready for it? You are a blabbermouth. No, but you. I get hit because I complain that Rach talks over me at times. But then she's like, "Well,
I don't know. Sometimes I do. Yeah. But I'm not constantly.
No, I know.
I'm not constantly. I just that's a little more moderation. But if I'm making a point and you're like blah blah blah, I'm like
blah 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 blah.
To out.
I know.
You just have to take it up and out. That's the truth.
And look up another one for me, Rach. We need this.
Yes, almost.
We need the mental health hotline too.
Because we have suicide hotline, right?
Well, we want mental health. Well, we want mental health. I can pull up a suicide if we need to. I'm gonna get to your comments. We just came back from Long Island at my sister's house, and the girls all went out to the beach. Where's the boys? Me and my brother-in-law. We both just did what brother-in-laws normally do, which is sit in separate rooms of the house and look at their phone or watch TV. I like the man. I would have been happy to have napped the afternoon away. So just
you know what? Mental health is like National Mental Health.
National Mental Health. Okay.
866.
I got it.
Okay.
So now, Rach,
you don't want to take dictation.
I don't want to. I'm not taking no.
Dictation.
I'm not taking. I'm not taking no dick from my wife. Yes, that is. Did that come out right? No, it didn't. But it's the joke that counts. So,
I'll put it
Rach,
back in my pan.
there you go. Because I know you've offered to grow one for someone that's not
I
here.
did.
We're not going to go into that.
And
But
it's beautiful.
it's a cactus plant.
It's beautiful. Like
It's
I said.
beautiful. It's very prickly. But you went to the beach today. You went to Jones Beach. So
I did. And that's why my hair is a little more
wild.
wild, maybe tighter curl. Because of salt water. Went in the ocean today, jumped in the waves. It was freezing cold, so I could never, like I went into like my ankles, then I went up to my knees, then I, started to go higher, and then by the time I got up to like my neck, I couldn't breathe anymore. So, because I think it was in the upper 50s,
On the
the
water?
water here, yeah. So um, I was like jumping, trying to jump in the waves, but like every time they'd come, I would jump it and like breathe really deeply because it just felt so cold. And yeah, so I came out pretty quickly, but my hair got all full of salt water.
There we go. We have our basic banner up. The first banner is for substance abuse. The first number is for substance abuse. Oh, actually, the first number is incomplete, by the way, Rach. I did not write that. It's missing numbers.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to. I see what I'm missing. Hold on. I can't believe it's not butter. I can't believe.
Right. So because the topic of the day is dealing with adversity. And what are some of the ways to and to not deal with adversity? Were some of the things that we thought we would talk about today. And yeah, sometimes when we are hit with adversity, sometimes it can flare different aspects of some of the things that we might still be working on, like substance abuse, or it might flare symptoms of mental health. Sometimes situations that cause us adversity can sort of change our roles in the world, like, as a parent, as a worker. Sometimes adversity means loss. And so sometimes, certain people can have a reaction, where sometimes they think suicide might, be an answer,
Right.
So that was the reason why we wanted to be able to have hotlines, ready to go. And we've also had like individuals come on that
Obviously, we're having some
seem
kind
like there's some
episode.
adversity. It's like the animal caught in the trap, and they're sort of like biting the person that's trying to like help them out of it. So
I'm gonna rescue you. No, I'm gonna drown you, motherfucker.
So yeah, and that's why we thought we'll just have those things ready to go. And
Right. I mean, listen, we're not saying that
people can use them or not. They're just good things to have. They're just really good resources.
Right. The average viewer listener of the show probably does not need it, but the average viewer listener is not going to come in here and start attacking other members of the viewing audience and the hosts. But there's been a disturbance in the force in the world of gaming this past week, and we certainly expect that it's a good chance that someone or something may have an episode, and if so, we want to have this stuff ready. Because honestly, if you are going to troll me, I am going to have the resources ready for you. Because if you're trolling me on a live stream dealing with the health of gamers, you need more help than anybody else that's viewing. So, Joseph's like, being in the water isn't usually the problem for our kind. It's the sun that's the problem.
Yes, and there was no red.
No red.
No red, and really no red. Because I wear a rash guard that has the UV protection in it. So I swim in that. With my bathing suit, obviously, but that's something that's really helpful because I don't like have to miss anywhere, like on the arms or on the upper body. And then I have, I always travel with like some kind of sunscreen, so that's actually probably still on. It's a glowy sunscreen.
There you go. Well,
Yeah,
in,
super goop.
in the case of
Super
Joseph,
goop glowy sunscreen.
in the case of Rach, when you have when you are an albino, when you have lack of melanin, the sun is
it's dangerous.
Yeah.
To say the very least. So
I mean,
and I always have like sunglasses. I have sunglasses everywhere to make sure that my eyes are protected.
So forewarned is forearmed, just like the banner underneath the screen. Forewarned is forearmed. Again, if somebody comes on here and starts spouting their, I don't know, I need medication shit, we're ready for them. And if not, we're gonna have a nice hangout anyway because it's been a good week overall. It's not like last week where we had the look of Armageddon hanging over New York City.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like the skies changed colors. What the hell's going on? Air quality is back to the normal shitty New York City air quality, which is not too bad. Mr. Gunn, garbage is the word you are looking for, but you know what? Garbage just doesn't define this individual just properly. But Joseph, when I started my chemo, they said it'll make you more sensitive to the sun.
Okay.
And you might go blind.
Wow.
He just said, too late. Yeah, no, I was like, when I did my chemo, my doctor, Dr. Wu, excellent doctor, great bedside manner, really good person. He had a bit of a Chinese accent, and it was like, Eric, you should know that you're gonna lose your hair, and there will be other side effects. You won't be able to eat sometime after your chemo for a day or two. You won't be able to eat solid foods. Like no big worry, right? Okay, like I bought like 7 hats, 7 different baseball caps. I was all ready for it. I lost all my body hair, but the hair on my head that stayed. And first time I had chemo, my first week of chemo, I came back home. I had 2 slices of pizza, no problems. Next 2 weeks later, my mother made some homemade chili. I had a bowl of homemade chili, and then I was projectile vomiting within 10 minutes of finishing. So he was mostly right. Yeah, they know. Joseph, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Gunn said my dad said I'll go blind for another reason. You'll shoot your eye out. My Daisy Red Rider. Naughty Professor must be there to cover the history of TSR. Dungeons and Discourse dropped hers earlier today. Thought she did a good and humorous job of it. She did. It was good. It wasn't 100% accurate. I'm only saying that because I've been following this.
Is Dungeons and Discourse the red-haired lady?
She's the British one. The one with the British accent. You've seen her before.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, she did a very good job, but there were some inaccuracies. Not the least of which is the company of New TSR is not formed by Ernie. Ernie has never been a partner.
But I could see why they would be confused, which I think was the intent.
Oh yeah,
by bringing him in there,
right? But Ernie was executive vice president in announcement only. Okay, all the paperwork for all the corporations that have been involved in this fiasco have one owner and one only owner of it's the Candyman. All right, we won't even name him right now. Okay, but we're going to say the Candyman is the one and only owner of all this stuff. So, so that was like a smoke and mirrors bullshit. Again, if you've been paying attention, as strongly as some of us who have been knee deep in this shit, at points up to here in this shit. a lot more of the internet. But she did a great job going over the overall history. She was very good with that. She kept it entertaining. Although I don't consider myself a blogger so much anymore as a vlogger, but she gave a nice little shout out to me, and that was
we'll have to look at it. I didn't see.
Yeah, no, TXG. I know. I saw that she mentioned me. But again, she mentioned me as a blogger, and I am more of a vlogger, unless she said vlogger with a British accent, and it sounded like blogger.
Well, sometimes people do.
Hey.
The B and the V.
Yep. She mentioned ignorance of grits. Well, you know what? Having a father who, although we live in New York, my father likes grits. I've seen the consistency of grits. I would not wrestle in it. I would not. I would use it as wallpaper glue, perhaps, but it would be lumpy. You know. Joseph Ursic, dude, I'm a cop. I got a pretty strong stomach. I do, unless it involves me. Okay. Honestly. And unless it involves really, really rancid bodily fluids. I did have one guy that. All right, so we're going to be totally off topic, and we were working a drug location, and it was a crack location, and my lieutenant was of the mindset that everybody goes, if they buy, and doesn't matter, and we always thought there should be some discretion. Well, it's the winter time, I go to get this guy that just bought, I get within about 5 feet of him, and his 10-foot aroma of making law enforcement puke hit me, and I went down to my hands and knees immediately with dry heaves. He was that bad. And my fellow officers came out of the van. They thought I got shot. And I had to scream. I'm screaming.
But because you fell to your knees going,
yeah. But I'm like, not shot. Puking. Not shot. And then they got the laugh. And my lieutenant still wanted to arrest this person.
Oh, you were puking? I didn't understand.
It started the retching, like the bile started coming up. It wasn't. It was, thank God, before we ate for the day. And my lieutenant still wanted to arrest him. And thank God we did like a democratic decision.
Can we just leave him here?
Yeah, he's suffering enough.
Yes.
You know, so now somebody's be going, and Tenkar was telling him police stories about how they harassed homeless people. No, it was somebody buying crack, legitimately buying crack, and we showed discretion in not arresting him, because running around for the next 2 hours like that would not have been good. Just saying.
That probably wouldn't have been good for anybody.
Naughty Professor, just waiting for her next video where she is getting sued. Naughty, I don't think that there are much suits left in this situation, since the bankruptcy has, at least temporarily, stalled the 2 legal proceedings that are going on. And I have no inside information, but from the theories I've read online, the theories are that certain individuals' pockets are getting thin. And if that's the case, I don't think there's many more suits. Sued. You gotta excuse me.
No more suits, dude.
I had pizza for the Rachel early birthday dinner, and at my sister's house. And
you 2 slices of meatball.
Yeah, and it's not sitting in me so nicely. So if I start belching, it's better than anything else I would do here for Rachel's sake. So I'll just deal with the belching. Rachel doesn't. Why? I'm just being honest. Yes, Don has a very accurate history of new TSR. And by the way, this TSR is the same TSR that Wonderfilled was never on the paperwork. Wonderfilled, from my understanding, he reserved the websites, but he never actually owned any part of the company. So it's still TSR 3. It's not TSR 4. It's confusing. Maybe somebody will come on later and explain it to us.
Doubtful.
Yeah, well, I don't think they can understand it anyway. If they did explain it to us, it might damage their bankruptcy.
Or if they...
Oh, Dean Discourse is Irish.
Oh, okay.
All right, makes sense. Okay. There's many different Irish folks. She's the one who likes to get on a good rant. Yes, she does. Mm-hmm. She's also an attorney, so I don't think she's overly worried about Jessalyn Austin is goofy.
Oh, she know what she can say.
Oh, she's also not a U.S. citizen, so you have to
Mhm.
sue her in like Ireland, in the EU.
Hmm.
And yeah, good luck with that. Please, Jeffrey, please do not denigrate the awesomeness of grits. Cheese and grits go together hand in hand. It could be like Reese's peanut butter cups. I don't want it.
Mm.
Okay, I don't. I don't want to eat. Wallpaper glue. I don't want to eat grits. Shrimp and grits is a wonderful Southern dish. Rach, feel
I
free.
had shrimp and grits one time.
Uh-huh.
I like the shrimps, but I get like it's a derivative of like corn, So I could see why people would like that. Um, for me, it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe it was a little bland, or I don't know what it was. But I was like, I don't know about this porridge, So I just like ate the shrimps, and the shrimps were tasty. Those were nice. And I just kind of left the grits alone. I was like, okay, I've tried grits.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm more about like some cornbread, Instead, like if I'm gonna have anything corn.
All these grits lovers. You love some grits. Yeah, my ganja smells disgusting. Doug ganja. Well, you don't move to New York City, man. The ganja's everywhere.
Even on the roadway.
Mm-hmm. Grits in the bowl now, fried into cakes later. It doesn't have leftovers. No, I could eat a dried grit cake. That sounds to me it would be a bit more
like a cornbread,
right? Just that I don't want white cornbread either. I wouldn't want cornbread uncooked. So why would I want grits? I am not going to get into a grits cooking conversation. Folks.
Oh no, I think it's because it's not part of our culture, and we don't know enough about it,
right?
To have developed that love for it.
Love of it, tolerance of it. Not even.
There she is.
I see. We're gonna move this phone away from you so you have a little space over there in the corner. Like I would go with steel cut Irish oats myself.
Yeah.
Never quick grits, never quick oats.
That's true.
Honestly. Tammy, he would sue her in English. He wouldn't be able to find it. Or Gaelic, right? He could sue her in Gaelic. No, stone ground grits takes about an hour. I stir in heavy cream for the last 10 minutes. Again, they're talking about the grits, Rachie.
They are loving these grits.
Shadow, welcome. Never tried grits. What exactly are they? Gamers Health, the Grits Show. When you want roughage in your food. If you want the stuff the birds leave behind when you put out cornmeal, you've got grits. No?
I don't know. I guess it's like some kind of cornmeal porridge. It's not watery like porridge. It's stiffer. But
yeah, ground corn boiled in water, similar to polenta. Cracker Barrel chain restaurant serves it for breakfast. It's like a watered down oatmeal. I think they had grits, Rach. Oh, they did. Holy shit! They had grits at the Jimmy Buffett at the buffet at North Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
don't think I knew what that was.
I went with the oatmeal. It's from a type of corn called hominy grits. There you go. Now I understand where it comes from. All right, there's it's all grits talk, all grits but do you wrestling grits? That's my question. If you're not wrestling in grits, you're kind of losing something, right? And I'm just gonna throw this out there: grits in your private areas. How would that feel? I don't think that would feel very good. It's basically a part of ground.
You're really taking it there.
They're still talking about grits in the chat, Rach. They're still talking about it. All right. So, oh God. What were we? Hold on a second. I gotta think. What were we talking about before the grits?
Well, we were talking about adversity at some dealing with adversity
like
at some
dealing
point,
like dealing with
but
grits.
maybe they're using the grits to kind of like as a comfort food.
Oh my god. Yeah, there are 7 consistencies to serve grits. Uh, yeah, all of it looks like something that's been pre-chewed. Jeffrey's Gamers Health now with 70% more grit talk. Oh my! Actually, wasn't grit one of those newspapers that you were supposed to sell as a kid to like the old people in your block? True Grit.
Maybe.
True Grit. That was it.
No, it was not True Grit. It was a film. It
No,
was a
all right.
movie.
Oh, there was grit. Yeah, it was something about grit. Tom says, Flo says the bankrupt rats can kiss my grits. Remember from Alice?
Kiss my grits, Mel.
Kiss him. Because I'm talking smack. Comes from people who eat scrapple. Come on, I don't eat scrapple.
What is scrapple exactly?
I'm not even sure it's
Is
scrapple.
it bacon grease?
No.
Or is it actually a meat?
I think it's basically scraps. Yeah, True Grit with John Wayne. Grit magazine from the back pages of comic books. Yeah, and you were supposed to sell that to like old people on your block. For some people, the reason the old people would like to get your Grit magazine. Speaking of Dungeons and Discourse, Katie's dad is making Irish meat, so named by the Nibblings, tomorrow. Is that corned beef? Is Irish meat corned beef?
I don't think so.
Only it isn't just corned beef. It's the best corned beef I've ever had. It just falls off the beef.
Or maybe he's making some kind of mince.
It's not just corned beef. It's the best corned beef. It's not just a burger, Rach. It's the best damn burger you've ever seen. It's a corned beef burger. Scrapple is ground beef with cornmeal made into patties and fried. Oh, I could eat that. Ground treff. What the hell is ground treff? I read that wrong.
Treff?
That sounds like some scrap meat. So
treff?
I don't know. It doesn't sound appealing, sir. It sounds like something that you would eat after going bankrupt. It really doesn't.
Huh.
Yeah, there's no beef on that bankrupt table.
That's so interesting. Such different things.
Well, I mean, every
region.
Every region has a scrap meat. Okay, like the Germans, the worst, the sausages, bologna, right? It was what's bologna? Historically, bologna was the throwaways of your beef cow. All right, like the lips and stuff was what you were using for my bologna has a first name. It's beef lips. I mean, that's it was stuff that you used that you wouldn't normally slice and put on your table, but you found other ways to use it because you couldn't let anything go to waste. Corned beef with sauerkraut on rye with some Swiss cheese. Now that's a sandwich. That sounds very good.
That sounds quite good.
All right, so the corned beef that Joseph's talking about, it gets glazed with mustard and brown sugar. That could be very, very nice. We're talking good food there. Treff means unfit to be eaten or used according to religious laws, not kosher.
Oh, I see. It's whatever about the way that it's killed or something.
Or no, just like meat that is not kosher to eat. It could also be made out of pork.
Oh.
Right. So if there were, there wouldn't be because if they were leftovers, there wouldn't be any leftovers because Joseph would eat it all.
Oh.
All right. I need to hydrate. These circle shits are addictive. But it takes a lot of ice to cool this bottle off.
6 cubes.
I use 8.
Oh.
Spam. We know we had the spam talk last week. No more spam talk. Sorry, my son's not here to enjoy the spam talk, so no spam talk for you. So Actually, what we're doing right now is a great way to handle adversity, right? If
Coming together as a community,
coming together as a community,
whether it's just to make jokes, or to really, you know, delve into whatever it is that y'all have in common to deal with it.
yeah,
Brainstorm.
right. I mean, the worst thing to do is to be an island when you're in the midst of all this shit. Honestly, because when you are isolated, when you are alone, when you don't have the support of a community, of your family, an extended family, whatever that adversity is, can feel overwhelming, can feel depressing, can make you feel like your world is collapsing and closing in. And parts of it, honestly, may be. I mean, again, but the events that we're watching transpire within a community uh, in this past week, it's the pebble in the pond, and there's gonna be more pebbles dropped in this pond.
Well, you drop the pebble in the pond, and then there's ripples that go out and affect more than just the people that are in that little inner circle. You see what I mean? Like the way trauma does. Like when someone is traumatized, it's never just that one person that suffers. There are other people around them that suffer,
right?
People that know them, people that maybe, because sometimes in the way that people try to master, or like deal with their trauma, or like
or don't deal with it,
or if they don't deal with it, exactly, they can harm other people. So it dilutes out.
I got you.
Yeah.
Tom, keep your eyes on the road, your hands upon the wheel. Tom is driving, so Tammy is.
We're going to the roadhouse. We're gonna have a good time.
Bum bum. So back in the Middle Ages, when they would hunt and make a kill, the servants would eat unable pie. The servants would eat the stuff that would not be eaten by others. Makes sense. Nothing goes to waste. Humble pie. Okay. Not unable pie, I guess, but unable pie sounds like something that you would know. Humble. Yeah, humble. It's an humble
That's
pie.
An humble pie.
That's yes, you're making pie for the servants. Well, and here's something that often I gotta say goes along with adversity. That there are others, and this is something that, as an individual, you have to be prepared for. If you spent your time literally just making enemies or trying to piss people off, there's going to be a lot of schadenfreude. There's going to be a lot of people that will revel in your misery, and you've got to be prepared for that. If you're not that type of person, if you're not the type of person that likes to make enemies, if you're the type of person that knows how to go into relationships and have it be give and take, and have everybody come out of it with more than they had to put into it, that's great. But when you are somebody who is constantly, let's be honest, sometimes shitting on everybody else, when things don't turn your way, when they turn against you,
right, you're not living life on life terms.
Yeah,
that's a big slogan in the recovery community. Like, when you can't live life on life terms, problems are going to happen. You're going to stay stuck in your addiction.
Oh, hold on a second. Naughty. I know exactly the fee that you're talking about. Rach and I lasted about 15 minutes into it before pulling the plug. I wasn't going to do an hour and a half.
What is that?
The guy who was talking about the OSR is dead. The guy who claimed that if you go to the doctor and the doctor, and the doctor looks at your X-ray and says, looks at the report and goes, like you got a tumor,
like,
and like you go, whatever. Well, it's on you. Well, I'm telling you, the OSR is dying, because it's like dying, right? Like, so And I'm at least as good as the average medical doctor, By the way, there's enough for this.
That video could have been half the time.
Oh my god! If you took out the and the other verbal stutters, and listen, we're all guilty of it to some extent.
Yes, especially when we're nervous.
But don't do an hour and a half solo live stream if you're that nervous, because people are going to look at you, and they're going to go, you know what? Yes, exactly.
Build up in little increments so that this way,
yes,
you can master that without overwhelming yourself.
Right,
getting stuck in that.
And this jackass with his 158 subscribers at the time goes, and look, OSR is like, the leading like the voice of like, the OSR is like, Tenkar, and Tenkar doesn't even have like, like 3,000 subscribers. Dude, do you actually know how many subscribers you have compared to me? And yet you're shitting on me. And I'm not bragging about my number of subscribers. I wish it was more. At some point we get there. But
you're happy with what you have.
I'm happy with what I have. I'm happy with my community.
For what you have, and fuck somebody who wants to talk shit.
So yes,
basically,
I have way too much value in my life to spend 90 minutes listening to. You know. I don't know. You dumb fuck. Sorry for those who think this is a family show.
It is to a certain degree.
It is to a certain. Depends on if it's
depends on the family.
Yeah. If you're my niece at 12, this is family. Any advice for new fathers, Mr. Peps? Oh, Mr. J Peps. Advice for new fathers. Drink less, drink more. No, that didn't come out right. You are going to have very little sleep. And I am telling you this as somebody who never got to experience new fatherhood.
Babies, yeah.
My son came into my life when he was 6 and became totally mine when he was just short of 14. He's now 30. So my experiencing fatherhood was when my young niece would stay over when she was still pre-toddler time, and my parents had the main responsibility downstairs in this 2-family home. And I still remember the nights of the nonstop, and you got to go to work the next day. And
you're just trying to live your life. Shh. Yeah.
So, patience. Understand, you're not the first one to go through it. You will not be the last one to go through it. It will correct itself at some point.
And it's so hard to be a father that first year, because or the first year and a half at least, like, because the baby's so dependent on mom, with the feedings and stuff, and that gets to be really intense, like, for mom. So maybe supporting the moms through that, because a lot of guys just feel like, oh shit, there's nothing I really can do for this child, right now. I can hold them.
I can hold them at arm's length. Yeah, I don't feel, because the kid needs to get changed, and I certainly don't want to change this poopy diaper. So I'll hold them, but I'll hold them not against me, or I'll have to change this shirt because it's soiled. I honestly, changing the little ones.
That's a tremendous help, I think.
It's a tremendous moms. Help. I will say this: if it intimidates you and scares the hell out of you, it's understandable.
Yeah.
Ask your significant other, ask the mother of the child. Do you mind if I just start changing when wet, not when pooped? It's easier and it gets you accustomed to it. But if your first changing is going to be, holy kid, what the hell did this kid digest?
There's shite on all sides.
Yeah. This kid had an internal explosion. It'll scare the shit out of me looking at all the shit that came out of my niece. Shannon, if you're watching this, by the way, because she watches once in a while, you were full of shit as a kid. All right, you were full of different shit as a 12-year-old, but as a little one,
that's good.
you were full. So just like when you're first going into the pool for the first time that season, right? You start out and you normally don't jump into the deep end. You want to get your body accustomed to it a little bit before you go into the deep end. I don't advise saying, "Give me the shittiest diaper to change and we'll do it." It's gonna be miserable for you. It's gonna be miserable for the kid, and there are techniques that you need to
Learn
learn,
from, yeah.
and you'll get there. And hopefully, by the time you get there, they getting potty trained. Maybe if you have a choice between having a kid that learns how to talk early or gets potty trained early, go for the potty training. Okay, I didn't. I was a late talker. I had a few words, and then I didn't start. I went from maybe like 4 or 5 words to just short of 4 years old talking in full sentences because I was not going to.
Yeah, I wanted to sound very. I want to sound like the adults or the people who are around me.
Yeah. So that's just my advice. Make the best of a shitty situation. How about that? Naughty, they started off that they weren't going to ignore reality. They made comments ignoring reality. Well, it's their reality, and you need to see things through their reality, because just like the truth is defined by perspective a lot of times, and it is.
That there's different truths. You mean?
I'm not saying they're not.
And then there's the one. There's absolute.
Right, because you're viewing it from different prisms or different angles. You learn that in law enforcement. You learn that depending on where somebody physically was, the same situation is interpreted differently. It can happen. The word "like," I hate that as a filler word. Okay, like, yeah, I know it's a filler word, but without that filler word, it would have been maybe an hour-long video. So look at it that way. Tom listened to that video by Blueberry Wolf again today on the way to Keene and took notes.
Wow, God bless him.
Like he said, "I love you" 25 times. But he dumped on so many over and over. I couldn't. Tammy, there are things I would do for this community. Spending an hour and a half listening to that shit is not one. The guy was too pompous, too full of himself.
But he sounded kind of confused.
Yeah, well, ARC test, coping is important.
Yeah.
And not some people have better coping skills than others. For some people it is a more natural, easily learned thing. For others, you really have to work at it. Mr. J Peps, first child due 6/20.
Oh my gosh, my birthday.
It's Rich's birthday.
I was born on the Father's Day, the year that I was born.
Yep. Tammy, it's okay to not know what you're doing, neither does the baby.
Yes.
That is true.
The baby won't mind.
Hey! Oh, look who's here.
Test.
Yeah, look. Otherwise known as somebody who needs to know about coping. Okay.
Yeah. Tell us about your coping skills. I don't.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that ARC tested somebody who had nothing to do with the raising of a child, but that's okay. And as for prison, I can think of other individuals who may be experiencing such much sooner. But look at this! Look at this! Wow, somebody's got a physical hard on going on right now
for Tom.
Yeah. Wow. That's a shame. Or at least it's a good coming out moment. Oh, and I'm done.
Thank you, Joseph.
Yep. I'm sorry, folks. I gotta go through these things.
But I
quickly.
saw happy birthday, Rach.
Yep. So I lost nothing, dude. I lost nothing. I've gained the world, and I've gained an insight, and I've gained the ability to look at my situation and go, "Hey." And again, I have no idea who you are. No clue.
What did you lose? What are you even referring to?
Yeah,
Not quite sure
yeah,
because you're kind of
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
But you
Wait,
lost.
wait, wait, wait. Let me explain something. All right, just so simple-minded. Again, I'm just judging that from the words you're putting on the screen. Again, no idea who you are, but you're saying I lost. Um, I don't know. Saying I lost would mean that somebody had to have taken something from me. Nothing was taken from me. To say I lost would mean that
Right, we still live the same way we have
yeah,
forever. Like,
yeah, I, I still get my 8 hours of sleep a day. I still smile, and I still have the same friends I always had. I don't have to worry about where I'll be living. I'm
and
not.
we've had a lot of entertainment along
Yeah,
the way.
yeah.
So,
So, and
no.
it is a saying, all right. And if assuming that you're talking about the legal action that I'm involved in right now, um, I've lost absolutely nothing because when the case is over, I don't have to pay anything. I don't. I
Yeah,
don't
you don't have to
because
hide.
here's the secret: somebody is extremely confused and added my mother
Mm?
to a lawsuit. I don't know why they would do that, but at the very least, if somebody lied to their attorney, then that would be a crime, or the attorney didn't bother checking something, in which case
I'm
I
another
snuck it.
year older, but I'm not 80.
Yeah. So I've lost nothing. Now, if I lost, like, I don't know, a company, that would be a
Oh,
loss. That would be a loss.
yeah, that would change your whole sense of
Yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
as a human in this
Yeah.
world.
So I don't understand this idea of you lost. So a case gets suspended because
Because somebody
can't handle their
manage
money.
their
No.
money.
But it's not going to stay
And
suspended.
we lost.
Uh,
Okay. It's a very different
Yeah.
reality. It's the upside down world.
TSR is
Yeah.
not gone. Well, it's certainly forgotten. But but yeah, I know you have the two. Oh, sorry,
Oh,
we
that's
don't
two
know.
shiesty thing.
There's two TSRs. We all know. The bankruptcy court knows. This is
Do
not.
they?
Yeah,
Oh my.
you know nothing about how business works. Here,
Okay.
here. Let me explain to you, Lucy. Let me explain to you, okay, Lucy?
What is this?
I don't know. Woke. It's a Polish word. Business works.
Voxa.
Okay, so let me explain to you, Lucy. Okay, how the real world works. The real world, most people actually follow things like the law. They actually follow things like, oh, the judge says I can't do X, Y, Z, so I'm gonna do X, Y, Z because no, it doesn't work that way because it's still in effect, man. You should have asked your lawyer, but that's okay. You'll figure it out soon enough, or whoever you are. I mean, I am making an assumption. I really should not make an assumption, so I'll just go back to ARC test, the ungendered individual that we're talking with right now.
Right.
Um,
Maybe they're Polish.
Slander and liable. Because I've heard it.
Yeah, we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're even talking about.
Yeah. No, I'm actually very very confused because I have. By the way, I have named no individual. So unless you are going to self-identify as somebody, I have absolutely no clue who you are. You remember? Do you remember that Woody?
Yeah, nothing.
Do you remember the Woody Woodpecker cartoon where he's looking at the eye chart and
Oh
the eye
no.
chart goes, "I can't see a thing. Can you see it now?" And he gets closer. He's reading the eye chart, right? I'm reading the eye chart, but I have no idea who's on the other side of this anonymous name. Okay, I don't. Okay, I have no clue, but I do know this much: whoever the person is behind this anonymous account likely knows very little bit about the real world and how business works.
Yeah, it sounds like they're probably very detached from reality and sounds kind of psychotic. So we do have special hotlines for you below. Just for you.
Who's oh my God, look at this. Somebody is creating words that we're not seeing. That's the reason why, by the way, ARC test AT.
What is this? What about a kid? I don't understand.
Exactly.
What
Hey,
is
Rach, hold on.
going on?
Rach, the individual on the other side of the screen right now is making up shit that they are going to tell somebody. But that's why
more psychosis.
Right.
More,
exactly.
Whatever voices or beliefs you're having, they are not based in reality. You need help.
Yeah, Mr.
Hotlines below, please.
Mr. J. Peps, we apologize. This is not unexpected. There is an event going on in the hobby right now. And so listen, now there's a reason why there are numbers on the bottom of this screen. Okay, these numbers were put on the bottom of the screen just in case a certain troll came onto the live stream. So
not just a certain troll, but anybody else who might need those things legitimately. And this person does need those things legitimately, but just may not really be there and realize how badly they need them.
So the first number is for substance abuse, okay? And that's 800-662-4357. The second number is for National Mental Health Hotline. Okay, if you are experiencing a crisis, if you're experiencing the inability to cope with your life because you find things in your life are crashing down and maybe you can't find a way to cope with it or deal with it.
See, he's like all over the place. This has nothing to do with the thing he just said. It's like you're very manic right now. You're pulling ideas from here, pulling them from here, and nobody is going to be able to understand you.
That's okay. We're not here to understand this person. We are here to refer, in this case, 1-866-903-3787. Maybe your spouse can make that phone call for you if your fingers can't handle it right now.
Right.
I'm sure they'd be happy to help you. Now, what I'm going to do is get the rest of these up on the screen so we have them forever and ever. Because what's going to happen now, because honestly, bye. All right, so, yeah, I know. Big Vic, I cannot tell you whether it is or it isn't, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is. It is certainly somebody who thinks that they are representing the person that you just mentioned because they attacked certain people.
Yeah, in the usual way.
Yeah. So, but I let it play out long enough to make sure that we got all the comments up for all the legal authorities, not just my attorneys, but to watch the attorneys, I'm sure are going to enjoy this. Whatever.
It's like the Energizer Bunny just keeps
going
and going.
Joseph Carter, I want to say out loud, Jessica Lanasa harassed a man whose child died by sending him pictures of a dead body. Jessica Lanasa is ARC test, and if he decides to sue me, Discovery will prove it. Yeah, that's the thing about Discovery, right?
Yeah.
Now, I could talk about Discovery, but let's just say shall be interesting. Mr. Gunn, suicide and crisis hotline is 988. Yeah, he's a real piece of work. But we listen. We knew as a community. If you've been following this channel, you knew Saturday night is the day the trolls come, and the trolls are always
they're looking for my warm fuzzies.
Well, here's the thing: the trolls always attack Tom, Don, me, occasionally Rach, but usually I'm the least of their. This time, you're losing. You lost. I don't know what I lost.
Nothing even got resolved. Nothing even got started. That's the whole problem. Like, if you have such piss poor follow up skills that you can't make your cases work, that you can't, you know,
Well, here's the thing. Okay,
you know, it's hard.
Rach. Here's the thing. All right, the legal action that I am involved with, and I'm gonna name names, right? Because public record, Justin Lanasa, TSR, Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum have sued me. Yes, well, I can spell it. I'm not going to misspell it. Um, but they have sued me, and because of TSR's bankruptcy, which we don't understand, by the way, because of TSR's bankruptcy, there is automatic suspension to the case. It doesn't mean it stays in place, and obviously, my attorneys have uh, filed a letter to have the case move forward. And that is obviously something that is not desired by the opposite side. I believe that Witches of the Coast is going to be filing a similar letter to have their case move forward because they have a countersuit against
Good.
TSR, Justin, and Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum. So this is just, again, no idea who's behind this anonymous account, but whoever it is, they are somebody who has a deep kindred feeling for Justin and his companies and feel very protective of them and is very aggressive with people that are, I don't know, in conflict with them. So I think that we've covered that
And
pretty well.
absolutely can't see the discrepancy of their situation. Like when they call people like bitch boys and things like that, it's like, you know, you're gonna be the man and like act all tough, but then like hide under some little legal thing or like some under some little like little proceeding or whatever. You know, I don't.
Vic,
There's a huge discrepancy.
Vic, I have no idea how you got dragged into this, except for the fact that you know, hey, how?
Oh, do we have a new one?
No, it just came. It bounced back up, so I'm just trying to figure out.
Or did you just put him in timeout?
No, I put him in a ban, but
Oh.
apparently it unbanned briefly. So
Oh.
I didn't catch his last comment. My PI I hired and a friend hired in Wilmington who hates him exposed a lot, and that's even a lawyer that represents themselves as a fool. So yes. Why would he? Rach is charming. Why would he pick on her? Because I personally,
because he thinks he can. Like he sees like a certain difference. And
no, but it's
will,
more.
like
it's more
try
than
to go
that.
after that and to get to you.
No, here's the thing. My opinion: women scare him.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He picks on Tammy, right?
Yes.
And
he's picked on other women too,
yeah.
like us that are like very well educated and you know professional women. Maybe because he doesn't know how to deal with women like us because he's used to dealing with other types of women.
Right. So he's women. You all annoy him because you are threats. And Joseph's right. He won't pick on Bad Mike. He won't come on a Friday show. There's too much testosterone. There are too many dicks on the dance floor on a Friday night. But he's really whoever's behind these troll accounts is the same person. All right. I am not saying who it is, other than saying Geo Lenzer and Art Jackass. They're all the same. They have the same shit they spew. They make the same attacks.
Right. and it's always the same words. It's always the same insults. It's almost just perseveration at this point.
So, Jeffrey, you missed somebody who was playing a similar role.
I did not.
Okay. You missed somebody who was playing a very similar role, but they're anonymous. All right, it's anonymous unless they want to step up and say who they are. I can say whatever I want about an anonymous person.
Yeah,
right, because they're anonymous. They identify themselves, and then all their words get identified to them. That's something that I would, if I was them, I would speak with a lawyer. But I don't believe that too many of their attorneys would be talking with them at this point. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. It's just an inquest. It's an interesting question. But I think the new policy should be that only people who have money in their bank accounts are allowed to post at Gamers Health. Call me silly, but it's a good way to weed out the undesirables. So you're saying that you can't be overdrawn by like $90? Come on.
Oh,
Come on, man. Oh,
that is so specific.
Big Vic. I didn't know you got an anonymous letter. Wow. Okay. You're part of the in crowd.
Welcome.
Now, if I was a real penis enhancer, I would make sure we did this for another 20 minutes so he can create a new account and subscribe, and then he'd be on long enough to like comment, because you get that 20 minutes you can't comment because you have your new account. But oh, God, that
no, he might be on to some other.
Yeah, well, right now it's another anonymous email being typed out.
Yeah. There's more anonymous and guerrilla mail.
Yeah,
he got too bored. You know, he needs it.
Well, it's like you lost. What?
He needs that immediate ability to interact.
What did I lose? I still want to know what I lost, because look at the smile on my face. I've lost nothing.
I have no idea what this person's referring to.
Okay, I've got.
We didn't even do anything.
I have a literal shit-eating grin, because I know the machinations going on behind the scenes, and my God, life could not be more beautiful, honestly. And we in the past, listen, I've done fundraisers. I participated in fundraisers for people who have had physical issues and health bills, and to raise money for funeral costs and for people's homes and all that stuff. And I got a feeling in the next 6 months or so, we may be doing another fundraiser, but this time for somebody's commissary fund. The anonymous person that was posting. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, because I'm sure that the person's spouse won't.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Is not a commissary person.
Assuming they have one. We don't. Again, we have no idea.
Yeah.
But I'm just throwing it out there. So save up your nickels and dimes. You could keep. You too could stop somebody from having to toss salad on a daily basis. I just like to put that out there.
Do they have a concept of that?
Everybody has a concept of their age. Okay. Everybody who's seen any kind of prison movie or TV show or HBO. Okay? I'm not going to explain what that phrase is. Let's just say if all you can think of is going to Salad R Us or Sweet Greens.
Sweet Green or just salad.
You gotta take it. You got to take it to a completely different level. I just want to make sure. Mr. Gunn, have a good night. Oh, yeah. Mr. J. Peps, happy Father's Day. It's going to be Father's Day tomorrow, a little bit earlier than... You see what's going to happen? I'm going to guarantee you, you're going to be that new parent, and your child, as they get older, are going to get pissed off to have to share Father's Day with you once every 7 years.
Huh.
Right?
Oh.
Rach, it's your birthday. We'll celebrate Father's Day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't know when you were bringing it back.
Jeffrey, I just love how Candyman has Eric living rent-free in his head, and Eric can monetize the obsession into views and YouTube chat for his channel, and there's nothing that Justin can do about it. Tom says he would donate to the commissary fund. That's good. And that's a community coming together for something good-ish. Fund to Schadenfreude. The Schadenfreude Fund. That's what we have to organize. Change the minimum post time to 6 hours. Oh my God, it never happened. maybe 30 minutes. Listen, what seems to happen is that somebody goes, "Oh shit, I forgot to join the stream. Oh shit, that's right, my last account was blocked. Oh shit, I got to create a new account. Oh shit, I got to wait 20 minutes. 20 minutes of I don't know what's going on, but getting into a different mindset.
Oh, I thought it was his choosing to come late, or
No,
their choosing to come late.
no, I think that
They have to wait that time.
they got to wait 20 minutes after subscribing. So, Candyman would love to have a similar channel monetizing this conflict, but nobody likes Justin enough to go to his YouTube channel. He's too boring to get paid for his passions. How very sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just reading stuff on this screen, folks. Okay,
that's not his opinion, right?
Right,
there.
right.
That's Jeffrey Sinclair's opinion.
I don't have an opinion of Candyman. Good movie, personally, but say it 3 times and they'll appear in them.
Thank you so much.
Well, at least we can say we worked through the adverse trolling that happened this evening. Need to tie it into the subject. There you go. Well, somebody's suffering right now. Somebody is going through a real struggle. All right. And I don't have to have sympathy to have empathy with them. All right. Nobody wants to lose something that defines you.
Right. And it's all about outlook. I don't think this person would be in their situation if they were living life on life terms and, coping and, addressing their needs.
Yep.
When they arise.
Oh, well, thank you, Joseph. $5 is going to Eric, not some clown in NC.
Try.
All right, Jeff, go back to work. Your lunch break is over. Work until 1 a.m. Good night, everyone. Good night, Jeff. I don't know. I think I need some wine after this. I just think I need a little nightcap and. But what's interesting is this was everybody I spoke to predicted this like clockwork, and you can't if you're not named, then there's no slander or libel unless you're identifying. So if I said, "Hey, art fart," hey, we're gonna call you asshole for the rest of the night. So asshole says. And you can't go, well, that was me. Well, how do you know? Because he called me an asshole. Well, yeah, okay. But are you saying that this asshole is
that you identify as an asshole?
Yeah,
or the asshole?
Or the asshole. It's a lot. There's a lot of assholes, but this one is mine. But name the movie. Not quite. All right, folks. I think we're gonna wrap it. We accomplished our goal.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on.
And thank you for the patience for those that
we're kind of new to this and
stepped into
what the hell is this craziness?
Yeah, this
welcome to the
just to put things in perspective. This same individual trolled my niece on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. Which one was it? I think it was Christmas Day. Christmas Day trolled my niece. So nothing. And how do I know it's the same individual? Same tactics, and yes. I keep banning the accounts.
Same tactics, same literacy issues.
Yeah, same MO,
same perseverative statements.
Yeah,
it's just kind of old.
Yeah, so Mr. J Peps, congratulations. Please let us know next week. Size, time.
Yeah, we're so excited for you for this new baby.
Yes, this is,
and it's not. We may share a birthday.
you never know. So keep us updated. And as usual, for everybody that tuned into the channel, be safe. She's talking to the cat, just so you know. She's not talking to some random space. It's the cat in the cat tree. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Roll them well. I will be back again with some random gaming update video tomorrow. And I guess the Substack should get updated this week. We just had a very busy week the past week. I didn't get it out. All right, folks. God bless. Thank you for putting up with the chaos.
Everything. Yeah.
And two of us will see you next week. I will see you all or be seen by you all tomorrow.
Take good care, everyone.
Later.